Yes, yes, yes. Kingdom of Boxing, man. Errol Spence versus Carlos Ocampo. My prediction video. I don't really do prediction videos unless they're around 50 or 40, 60 or something like that. But then again, I thought this guy's an undefeated fighter. You can't just disrespect somebody like that who's undefeated. So I'm just gonna do a quick one. Who we got? Errol the Spence, Errol the Truth Spence Jr. 23 fights, 23 wins, 20 by KO, no losses, no draws. He's packing 87% power. Carlos Ocampo, 22 fights, 22 wins, 13 by knockout, 0 losses, 0 draws. He's working with 59% power. So from here, what I see is Errol Spence has more power, but they both had the similar amount of fights, but Errol Spence has won a lot more by knockout. Errol Spence has had one more fight, but practically the same, you know. And we know Errol Spence is 28 years old, he's around 5'9", he's a southpaw, and he's got a 72 reach. But I don't know, I don't know exactly how tall Carlos Ocampos is, or what his reach is, but we know he's around the same size as Errol Spence. He's not a small guy, he's actually probably about 5'10", slightly taller than Errol. We'll see. So the last 3 opponents. Let's have a look at Carlos Ocampo's last 3 opponents. Alvaro Rublin, he was 19 wins with 5 losses, and that went the full distance. Obviously Carlos Ocampo won. Then the fight before that, after that, was Daniel Elise. He was 19-3, and that went the full distance. Then his last fight was Dario Freeman. He was 14-3, and he knocked him out in the round 7. So not exactly great competition. Nobody I recognise. Also, from looking at this, his last 3 fights were 10-round fights. So this guy has never even fought a 12-round fight before. Never mind go 12 rounds. Also, these 3 guys were all on losing records: 19-5, 19-3, 14-3. And his last 2 opponents took him the full distance, which was 10 rounds. And we all know Errol Spence's last 3 opponents. Maybe some people don't know Leonard Bundu, but that was the one before Errol Spence, Kell Brook. And Leonard Bundu was 33-1. Errol Spence knocked him out in round 6. Then it was Kell Brook. He was 36-1, and he knocked him out, stopped him in round 11. On here it says he won by KO, which is bullshit. Errol Spence did not win that fight by KO. How is that called a KO? Is that called a KO? He stopped because of his eye, man. He didn't get knocked out, so I didn't call that a KO. In my eyes, a KO is Amir Khan versus Canelo, and a TKO is like Amir Khan versus the Greco. That's bullshit. That should not be a KO on Kell Brook's record. I don't know why they've done that. But anyways, the fight after that was Lamar Peterson. He was 35-3, and that was at RTD round 7. Anybody knows what RTD means? It means like retired by the corner or something like that. When they basically throw the towel in, basically. I'm looking on here, you know. Errol Spence has definitely fought the much better opposition, you know, and I doubt there's anyone on Carlos Ocampo's record that Errol Spence wouldn't beat. But that's about it. Let's get into my prediction. My prediction's obviously Errol Spence. Why do I pick Errol Spence and not Carlos Ocampo? Let me first say, Errol Spence and Carlos Ocampo fight almost identically the same. They're very similar, not identically the same. They fight their own way, but their style is the same style. They're trying to do the same thing when they go into the ring as each other. The only difference is I give Errol Spence the edge on everything they do in the ring. For example, Carlos Ocampo likes to go to the body. Errol Spence likes to go to the body, but does it much better. Carlos Ocampo likes to come forward. Errol Spence likes to come forward, but does it much better. Obviously not just coming forward, pushing the action, you know. But they're very similar fighters. I think they're both just going to meet in the middle of the ring for a while until the power shows up, which is Errol Spence. And once the power starts showing up, Carlos Ocampo will start moving back. And that's not his game. So he's going to lose like that. He's going to get pushed back, maybe stuck onto the ropes, punished and stopped. I would say round 8 or 9. I'm going for round 8 or 9, yeah? Errol Spence will stop him. I'm basically giving Errol Spence the edge on everything. He's slightly faster. He's got more power. And his technique's a little bit better, I think. His IQ's a little bit better. He's had better sparring, so he's just going to be all round better. But they both have very similar style. But that's about it from me. Kingdom of Boxing. I was trying to keep this short, but I've gone into 7 minutes. But that's about it. Errol Spence by 8th, 9th round. That's me. Peace, family.